You're watching Sports Tonight. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. You can be part of the show, particularly at this issue of infrastructure development in the country. We want you to be part of nation building. It's very difficult for us to take because that's a very, very important part of sports facilities. Talk to us on Twitter, Channels_Sports, Facebook, Channels Sports. Let's put our words out there to our administrators on the need to have world-class, standard, international sporting facilities. That right there could even be our glory, our way to getting back to our glory days. Let me get to you, Alfred. One good thing that the Lagos State Governor has done was when MFM visited them. You know, Coach Ilechukwu says that that's arguably one of the turning points of his career as a coach. A governor that welcomed them, says take 50 million, use 25 million for the footballers, tell them thank you, take another 25, prepare for the CAF Champions League, Lagos State Sports Commission, go and start getting Agege Stadium ready. That's the sort of support we're talking about. Tell me why this thing won't be fired up. By the way, the governor is happy that continental football is coming to Lagos after 16 years. This is the right motivation.
MFM couldn't have been better. I mean, the governor took particular interest in what is happening. I recall, I think 2 seasons, when they made their debut in the Premier League top flight, a game, it's supposed to be a local derby with Ighalo United. The governor came personally to watch them at the Agege Stadium. I recall that day because I interviewed him. They gave him a signed jersey like this, and it just shows that, you know, government didn't be there for the day-to-day running. You know what, you know, government clubs, we've been talking about, you know, private sectors coming out. And this is a classic example. What the government has concerned, you know, what their concern, major concern is to provide facilities to ensure that you have good grounds where they play. That's now, it's supposed to be private sector, and that's what MFM is doing. Yes. Now, with this gesture, it means that for MFM players, hey, we didn't win the league. We only picked up the ticket, finished runners-up, and the governor is saying this much. What if our venture will go on to win the league? What would be our lot?
The houses are lucky.
What would be our lot? I think that's just showing commitment, showing leadership, showing support.
Yeah.
And for me, what I like most about all of what happened is that the assurance that the Continental Games are going to be
right there
in Agege. There are schoolboys, kids. Each time I go to Agege, I feel very happy because they have a way of bringing in kids who, like, it's more like a neighborhood team.
That's what we talk about, that experience. Because every day now we're beginning to see that Agege is safe when we go there to watch matches.
People, the impression you have about the kind of stories you hear about things happening in Agege, that's not true. Kids come in, they see these guys, and the more they see them, I'm sure that 1 or 2 of them will be saying in the back of their mind, hey, I want to play here. I want to be like these guys. And I think that's just the way to go about it. At the grassroots, let there be affinity between the club and the community where they play.
That's right.
It's not that we go to the continent today, tomorrow we are going somewhere else to play.
Alfred, in the end, it will come down to community ownership. True. When the community sees that this is our club, all of these talks that we're always running to government for money, if the community owns the club, if people put their 10 kobo to the development of, I'll tell you a story of a guy I met in the UK. He says he buys bib. I don't want to mention the club now, to go and give the players. He will just buy bib for training and give that's his own commitment to his team. You get? So that right there shows that Lagos State say, oh, look, we love what this is happening. By the way, they're now thinking, because it's business for them. People will come from the outside now to come and watch. It is easy.
Another comes. They say they're coming to Nigeria. Where they are coming to Lagos?
They're coming to Agege. You can imagine the balls.
Can't get bigger than that.
Hey, you can imagine the balls.
I know. So well done to, and that's the Agege Stadium at night. So it means we can also play matches at night. Floodlights working well. So by the time the governor and the Lagos State Sports Commission are done with the renovation works, Agege will even look better than this. So let's get into the Super Eagles of Nigeria now. We're counting down to that match against Algeria. But some worrying news again about Ighalo.
He might be out for about 10 to 16 days, in his own words, according to a report I saw. So we will miss him. Yeah, you know, we will miss him. His contribution against Cameroon in the first leg in Uyo was immense.
That's right.
I've not seen Ighalo that good for Nigeria in a long, long while, and he just came there and shut up the mouth of every critic.
That's right.
And that is exactly how you should respond. You know, you put in a masterful performance. He'll be particularly unhappy because he's going to miss the game against Argentina. You know, I'm sure every one of them would have been looking forward to the game.
Much,
You know, the chance to play against Argentina, it's a real opportunity. Yes, at the World Cup, we get to play them a lot of times. But hey, this is about the third friendly we are playing against Argentina since the two we played in 2011, and it will be a big miss anyway, because we would have loved to see how he will fare against guys like Nicolas Otamendi, you know, but he won't be there this time around. So it equally means that there will be an opportunity for someone else. But hey, it would have been good to see Ighalo play against one of the best defenders, of course. He has faced off against Otamendi in the Barclays Premier League a lot of times. So it would have been good to see him face off against him again and do it in the Nigerian shirt. But he'll be missing. We'll miss him, but yeah, he should be back in no time. Nothing serious.
So that's it. But Alfred, when you look at the list, opportunity for us to see this man that is backing us, Anthony Wakeme, plays good football. Also an opportunity, who knows, we also get to see Henry Onyekuru. Talent everywhere in this team.
The good thing about friendlies, grade A friendlies, is that it doesn't put you, I mean, the pressure is different from a competitive game where you say, okay, the result of that game is going to be massive. I mean, the opportunity that this provides is that team bonding ahead of the World Cup, bringing players. The list, Ighalo not really opening his fangs, his wings that much to let in new players. So it's basically the same team that we expect to see going to the World Cup. So it gives them an opportunity for that bonding, building on tactics, moving forward. Yes, Ojo Ighalo will not be there, but I think given the status of Nigerian football presently, the kind of confidence that Nigerians have on the national team, it will be nice to see how they fare against a top-rated team like Argentina, because people have always, been clamoring that we don't want to play Corsica and play one of those countries. We want to see grade A friendly. This is grade A friendly. And thank God that the players will play this. We'll see that ahead of the World Cup.
And we equally hear that the NFF is lining up a friendly against Serbia for February match. So look, these are good games. These are really big games coming up. And interestingly, we have two grade A friendlies, quote and unquote, because the game against Algeria is done and dusted. It means that Raw can actually test some of those players who have not particularly featured for the Super Eagles over the last 3-4 games. And let's see how these guys fare. Let us have options in midfield. One thing is clear, we know that once Mikel Obi is not in the team, we lose that kind of balance and dominance in midfield. Can we have an experience with someone else in the midfield? What we've seen with Mikel Obi is that he's a good tackler. He goes in there, wins the ball, but we do not particularly retain the ball once Mikel is not on the field. Can we have an alternative in these two games? Can we see who can come in and dictate the tempo of the play for us when Mikel is tiring, or even when Mikel is on the field? Can we dominate games? Let us have alternatives. When Echejile is not playing, are you going to play Olaya now on the left back? We didn't see a lot from him in the last game, but he's going to come back now. We do know that
Brian Idowu can also run there.
We equally know that Victor Moses will not be available. We will have Moses Simon and Ahmed Musa, but we've had enough of these guys. Can we have an alternative? Ahmed Musa has not been playing for Leicester this season. Can we have an alternative? Yeah, we know he has the experience, and he's got 2 brilliant goals against Argentina at the World Cup in 2014. I always
tell people he's a national team player.
But we need another alternative. Can we see Henry Onyekuru also, who seems not to have forgotten how to score goals? So we need alternatives. And these are the games to see.
Can we also see players that would see chances and take it, that will make us start talking about them and say, why did we leave this guy for so long? Ogeneka Retebo, this is another opportunity for him to step up and make a statement. John Ogu, a lot of persons believe that this guy has got all it takes to be, Tyrone Ebuehi, Chidozie Awaziem.
And Awaziem, apart from the below par performance he offered when we played South Africa, he's been consistent and fantastic for Nantes under Claudio Ranieri. And Claudio Ranieri is a top manager. And here we are with these guys who are hungry. I'd like to see someone else do the same thing Shehu Abdullahi did. It looked like the previous managers, Sunday Olise and Gunnar Raw, were reluctant initially to leave the responsibility of the right back position to Shehu Abdullahi. But as soon as he got the chance he had, he took it and the rubber stamped it. In fact, we have forgotten that Shehu Abdullahi was a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
And now everyone sees him as a right back. So I'd like to see some other guys come in and just stamp their authority. Say, coach, you can count on me.
That's right. So you see a chance, you take it. We'll continue to take a look at that Super Eagles team until the match against Algeria is played, and the friendly against Argentina. We'll continue to assess that team. You know, the big one is the World Cup next year in June in Russia. So we want to wish Coach Gennaro, the technical crew, the NFF, everybody involved with Nigerian football at that level, all the best.